Digital real-time animation allows an off-screen performer to control the character's on-screen movements.
In traditional animation, one observes motion and then draws to create the illusion of life. In this case, we're performing the motion, and the illusion of life comes with it. It's very exciting. As soon as we perform Moxy, Moxy is alive.
Moxy will debut November 26th on the great international tune-in. Like cartoons, video games are something many kids cannot seem to get enough of. To feed the demand, video game giants Nintendo and Sega continually try to outdo each other with new introductions of hardware and software. At stake, billions of dollars in this booming industry. Steve Baxter tells us about some of the latest shots fired in this duel and some of the new video game products that you'll find on store shelves in the near future.
Nintendo video game systems are one of the most prevalent computers in American households. With an installed base of over 50 million units, they claim 80% of the U.S. video game market. Nintendo's biggest software release this year was Star Fox, a sci-fi flight simulator for the Super Nintendo that has new technology built right into the cartridge. The Super FX chip lets game designers use fast 3D graphics, giving cartridge gameplay a new level of realism and speed. The folks at Nintendo and Bulletproof Software have cooked up another challenging puzzle game. It's called Yoshi's Cookie. Mario and his dinosaur buddy work in a cookie factory, and you have to help them organize all the freshly baked goodies. Arrange the cookies into neat rows and stacks as they appear from the sides of the screen. This game takes the same quick reaction and problem-solving skills as classic video games like Tetris. Move over, Mario. Look out, Sonic. It's the latest cute and cuddly video game character. He's Bubsy the Bobcat from Accolade Software. In this interactive cartoon adventure, you control this crazy cat as he collects yarn balls while fighting aliens from outer space. It's available for both Nintendo and Sega 16-bit systems. Many rounds of the video game fight have been won by Sega. It was the first to bring out 16-bit graphics. It successfully introduced a color handheld unit and a CD-ROM player for the Genesis. Sega has some of the hottest software titles on the market this fall. It was last summer's hottest movie. Now you can play Jurassic Park at home. This dinosaur thriller can be played two ways. You can choose to be either predator or prey. As one of the vicious velociraptors, your job is to wreak havoc wherever you can. But if you want to survive as Dr. Grant, you've got to dodge those dangerous dinos. Here's a treat for Disney fans. Aladdin, the video game, has all the charm of the movie. There's lots of action, great music, and even some comedy. The graphics were created by a team of Disney animators, especially for the Sega Genesis. Here's my favorite Genesis game. It's a story of galaxy-wide political intrigue and edge-of-your-seat action. Flashback isn't just another video game. This graphic sci-fi adventure has the smoothest, most lifelike images I've ever seen from a cartridge. Movie-style animation techniques were used to achieve a new level of realism and character movement. And speaking of movement, would you believe this young man is playing a video game? Instead of using the regular controller for the Sega Genesis, he's using the activator. The octagon-shaped device emits infrared light. When you interrupt the beams with your hands or feet, it controls the action on the screen. Look for the activator to be on store shelves before Christmas.
It's like you've got a movie living in your head.
Sega VR brings virtual reality out of the laboratory and into your living room. Just plug these iPhones into a Genesis and see the sights and hear the sounds of three-dimensional virtual worlds. You'll be able to buy Sega VR for under $200 sometime next spring. Steve Baxter, CNN Future Watch.
If you're thinking about buying a new 16-bit video game system, Steve says you might want to consider that, in his opinion, Super Nintendo has slightly better graphics and sound, but the Sega Genesis has a larger software library and more accessories. And big changes are just over the horizon for the video game industry. You could soon be playing video games that look something like this. Nintendo and Silicon Graphics recently announced the development of a 64-bit game machine called Project Reality. It will be unveiled in arcades next year. The home version will be introduced in 1995. IBM and Atari have teamed up to produce their own 64-bit system. The Jaguar will be test marketed in New York and San Francisco this fall and is scheduled for nationwide release early next year. Both video machines will retail for under $250. And that is our look at the future this week. Tune in again next week for another journey into the 21st century. Thanks for watching. I'm Donna Kelly.
I've got cameras, I got a projector, I got a thingy.
Moxy, trash pickup on 3, please.
Oh, I've got this guy who comes in every once in a while. I've got a phone. I've got a